All right, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here with a game plan now for the week ahead. Before I do, though, I taught a class today live streaming about 2.5 hours long, how to day trade for beginners. And so that's now, if I refresh this, that's going to be updated. I hope you guys, oh, let's see, it's going to be on the under lives. So hopefully you guys check this out, how to start day trading for beginners 2024 in 9 simple steps. So 2 hours, 39 minutes long. So that is now live streaming. And I did that because we are currently celebrating our anniversary here at Warrior Trading. Did you know? It's been 10 years since I taught my first trading course. And I am so proud of all the students that we have, how hard they've worked, how well some of them have done. We've got 10 students who have now earned their $1 million badge. We're completely thrilled for them. You can check out member success stories on our website here. These are $1 million students. We've got $250,000 badge holders, $100,000 badge holders, and $25,000 badge holders. As always, I'll remind you that trading is risky. My results are not typical, and there's no guarantee you'll find success, whether you trade with me or you learn on your own. So manage your risk. But for those of you guys who have been thinking about testing the water, this class that I first taught 10 years ago has been rated the most comprehensive day trading course by Investopedia. Business Insider also placed it on the top of their list. And you can sign up with a 7-day money-back guarantee. You can join a PayPal credit or Klarna. It's $29.97 for 90 days. That includes access, 90 days of tools. You'll have access to the actual curriculum for 2 years, but it's a 90-day intensive boot camp, so to speak. So 90 days of access to the simulator, to the chat room, to the mentor program, to the scanners, the charts, everything else. So anyways, check this out if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and talk about the game plan for the week ahead. I've got a lot of tabs here, but I'm going to be in good shape on that because you may notice a little switcheroo with the computers. So back here, I've got my old F15. This is my old F15 laptop here. This is like a 2017 model. Absolutely love it. Has been, my go-to computer here. Is not the computer I use to turn $583 into $1 million. I did that using a Lenovo. And when I failed to secure a sponsorship, I switched to a different computer. This is my second F15 that I use sometimes when I'm traveling. Love this computer. This is a great one. But I have this F30 laptop that I'm now using for trading. And right over here, you can't quite see it from this angle, but I will switch the angle here. And we have something that we've never had before. This is a high-powered desktop computer. I think it has, I'm not totally sure. I think this is a flux capacitor here. It definitely looks like it's got some maybe uranium in there. Very powerful. Anyways, so that's hanging out in the back, and I'll do a video where I talk about that new computer. But anyway, so although I'm overloaded with tabs, I have the power to do it now. So the last week of the market has been slow. This last week of April, the past week, was the slowest week of the month. Some would say it was the worst week of the month. But I really can't complain because I did walk away with some nice profit, $6,000. I mean, really nothing to brag about. But I walked away with more money than I had at the beginning of the week. And the month in total, $43,000 net profit right now, or gross profit, is pretty darn good. 2 red days, both are manageable. The loss was not too bad, although this was red after fees and commissions. So the fact is, though, strong start, great second week, and then it kind of cooled off. If I had to pick and choose, I would actually choose this kind of month, like every month, because it's nice to get a good, strong start because you'll build a cushion and then you'll feel confident. You'll be like, yeah, that was a great start to the month. If you start really slow, you can feel a little insecure, like, oh gosh, this isn't a very good month. And then if it picks up at the end, it's great, but you just not starting strong can be tough. So I always prefer to start strong, and I fortunately was able to do that in the month of April, but it has been slow. I actually only had one day in the last 2 weeks where I crossed my daily goal. So I've been kind of grinding on smaller numbers, which has just sort of been a little bit of a drag. So here's the deal. I would say right now that the market is a little bit colder. And let's see, let's pull up yet another tab here. So we just haven't had a stock that's gone like bananas in, a week. The last one that we had that was awesome was WISA, and this one did go to the moon. I mean, well, it had a really nice move back here. Over the course of 2 days, we got like, I don't know, 500% or something like that. So from, basically, what was this? $1.67 up to 12, just about. That was nice. And that was the last one I did really well on. So my feeling right now is that, we can look at the continuation scanner and we're going to see some stocks on here that have had some range, but a lot of them don't look that great. I'm not super into trading off of this scanner right now because the market's a little too cold. So my game plan for tomorrow is going to be to watch this scanner right here. Watch what's on the top of this top gainer scanner. This is what I'm going to be focusing on. And, I'm hoping that we have something that's good, but if we don't, then I'm going to try to, be patient and not overstay my welcome, because the last thing I want to do is dig myself a deep hole, especially when we only have 2 days left for the month of April. So the strategy that I've been implementing here for the last 5 weeks or so has been to start each day with cap of 5,000 shares and only size up after I cross $1,000. Now, I mentioned on Friday that I broke that rule when it came to BDRX because BDRX, it is a cheap stock, and I felt like the only way I could make good money on it was if I took bigger size. So I traded 60,000 shares on it, bought 30, sold 30, whatever. And that's fine, but I was a little bit annoyed to have to do it. And to be honest, in hindsight, I sort of feel like I don't know if it was really worth it. I don't know if I really should have, because I think that my risk on it was just the fact that it still could have flushed 15 cents and then I'm down 4,500, max loss on the day of 5,000. So I think what caused me to do that on Friday was a little bit of feeling kind of stubborn and impatient with the fact that there was nothing. Like, I think I was like, God, this week's been so slow. Like, I just want to have a nice trade. And so I was like, you know what? All right. And as I was going in and I was changing my max cap from 5,000 to 50,000, I was just like, let's just move the cap way, way up. I was like, might be a mistake. And I think I should have gone with my gut feeling on it. I just didn't want to finish the week with a no trade day. And you know what? I might not want to finish the week with a no trade day, but if the market's not giving me, good opportunities, it's the right thing to do. So tomorrow, beginning of the week, Monday, I'm hoping that we have a nice gap scan, but I also have to recognize that right now the market is a little cooler. So we may not have a really hot scan. And if we don't, if the only stocks on there are too cheap or too expensive or have floats that are too high, and those are what's obvious, then it's not going to fit within my strategy, and I'm going to have to stick with my guns and not trade it. It's just not worth me making a big mistake. I just don't want to see that happen right now, not at the end of the month. This month has been good. I've been staying super disciplined with the routine that I set up for myself to help, stay focused, and I just need to see it through. If we look at my metrics, what we know is that I don't usually do well on these lower price stocks. So go back over here to reports. So for the month of April so far, if we look at profitability by price, I guess we'll see that winner from Friday is going to be squeezed in here. But generally, I don't make money on cheap stocks. So why even bother trading them? This is the range where I do better, and this is where I've got to really focus. The problem is when you start focusing on this, next thing you know, let's just say I'm in BDRX with 30,000 shares, and the moment I'm in, another stock pops up and starts ripping up the scanner. But I'm focused on this stock. I'm in 30,000 shares with it, and I can't just bail on it. It's a big position. And then I end up missing a stock within my $5 to $20 kind of target price range because I was opportunity cost. I was focused on the wrong thing. So, you don't want to waste your shot. So right now I got to keep my head down, lay in the tall grasses, and be patient. I got to settle in because I might be here for a while. But, I can survive on 1 or 2 really good trades a week. So if I just have to be disciplined and wait for those to set up and then strike when I see it, I'm going to be better off as a result. So that's my focus here. And then as soon as we see the next stock that, makes a really big move, I want to lean in. The problem is, as you saw with WISA, this one was kind of thickly traded and boring. And then at like 10 a.m., it squeezed from 4 to 8. And a lot of people missed it. And then the next day, we did get a nice push from, 6 to 10 on 12. But then that was it. So it's like, I am a little worried about the luck of the draw being that I'll just miss when one finally pulls away, but hopefully we'll see things pick up. Now, the overall market, we are dealing with the fact that the overall market's a little bit off the highs. We had some economic news that came out last week. Inflation just a little bit higher. A couple other economic data points not as desirable. Overall market pulled back. Some investors are now worrying about when we're going to see these much anticipated rate cuts. So we needed to keep the narrative of really good economic data points in order for the Federal Reserve to say, let's ease off of interest rates and bring them down, rate cut. But when we see some economic data that's not as positive, that brings that whole theory into question of how soon we're going to see those cuts, which initially we were hoping would be late spring, summer of this year, but it's definitely looking like it's going to be a little further out. Overall market, nonetheless, is still just off the all-time highs. So like we're still in pretty darn good shape here. Dips off the 200 moving average are still, in my opinion, buying opportunities. So if we get down that low, I'm a buyer. But for right now, we're hanging out a little under the highs, waiting to see if we can get a couple headlines that push us back up. Google, that had an earnings announcement and dividend that's going to be issued. So all of a sudden, big pop up there. That helped the overall market. So, we'll see what happens. But we do have a little bit of a headwind right now just with a couple of those economic points. So the last sort of October through April stretch, beginning of April, was pretty good until we kind of just rolled over. So something to be aware of and be a little cautious of. But for right now, hopefully we can still have some good headlines and we can get, a few nice trades a week. So that's going to be my game plan. Again, those of you guys who have been tuning in on YouTube for a while, hopefully you'll take the opportunity to join us during our anniversary sales here that we've got going on. This is a special that is ending in 48 hours. So it's our 10-year anniversary of when I taught my first day trading course, and we would love to have you guys join us. So come check out these specials that we've got going on right now. Would love to see you in the community, and I'll be back at it bright and early Monday morning. Hopefully we have a good gap scan, but if not, I'm just going to exercise patience, discipline, and try to lead by example for those of you guys that sometimes struggle with discipline. And I get it because I have that struggle myself as well at times. So anyways, that's it for me. And if you didn't already check out this new class on how to start day trading, it is live right here. So make sure you check that out. I think you'll really enjoy it. This is a long class. It does sort of a good job giving you the cliff notes of what I teach in a whole lot more depth than my Warrior Pro curriculum. The Warrior Pro curriculum is over 100 hours of content. So you've got about 2% of it in this. But, each time you're able to watch these episodes and accumulate more information, it can only help you in your journey to learning more about the market. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you are subscribed to the channel. I hope you hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you back at it bright and early on Monday morning. Reminder as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you on Monday.